Hi, today I wanted to talk to you about another Debbie Macomber book that I read. There's Something About Christmas. This book is about Emma. Her father, she's estranged from her father, and she doesn't have a lot of good memories about him. So when she meets Oliver kind of reminds her of her dad a little bit, so that's kind of off-putting. Emma is a writer for a newspaper, and she writes obituaries, her and a friend of hers. Her friend loves writing obituaries. So Emma doesn't like writing them. She wants to write some kind of a show-stopping story that really makes a difference. So Oliver, he charters a plane. And I mean, he flies a private plane, and she's afraid of getting on that plane. She doesn't want to fly on it, and she doesn't like Oliver because he reminds her of her dad. What her employer offers, her employer lets her write a different type of story. Instead of obituaries, she's going to be focusing on 3 women who have finaled in I think it's a statewide contest for fruitcake. These 3 women, she's going to interview them because one of them is going to win a prize for having the best fruitcake recipe for this magazine. So Oliver is going to fly her in his private plane to each of the individuals that she's interviewing, even though she's scared to death to do this. The reason why Oliver is doing this is because the newspaper that Emma writes for, they're going to give him free advertising in exchange for taking her to these 3 interviews. So what she does before she gets on the plane, she takes a pain medication, even though she doesn't need it for pain. She takes it to make her feel better and less apprehensive about flying with Oliver in this plane. So There's Something About Christmas is a cute little story, and Emma doesn't like Christmas because, again, she's estranged from her dad. I think her mom is dead, because I read this a while ago. I believe her mom is dead, but it shows what happens between her and Oliver as she goes and interviews these contestants that are up for the prize. So I recommend reading this book if you want a light, cute, Christmas story. I don't remember it being very long. It's kind of short. And it's a Debbie Macomber Christmas story. So it's one of those feel-good, short little stories. It's not real excitable. It's just like cozy and sweet. And I think you'll love it. So you should check out these stories. And also, if you like Debbie Macomber books, you should check out my novels, my Christmas novels, Sugar and Spice, Cinnamon Kisses, Loving Luke, and Rocky Road Dreams. Rocky Road Dreams is my favorite out of the bunch. And speaking of familial bonds, There's Something About Christmas is about a woman who's, like I just said, Emma is estranged from her father. In Loving Luke, Kim is somewhat estranged from her dad. She was raised in a bakery, making cookies in the family bakery, and she fell in love with Luke when she was in high school, and then she left. Luke left. Basically, Luke abandoned her when she was in high school. She doesn't know what happened to him. He just disappeared one day, left, moved away, and she could never find him. So she doesn't even know what really happened between them. So fast forward 10 years, she's engaged to someone else, and it didn't work out. So now she's lost her job and she's moved back home. And things have always been kind of fractured between Kim and her father because she felt that her father always favored her sister over her sister Tina. She felt that her dad favored Tina over her, and she never understood why. And so that's a weight that she's been carrying on her shoulders for a long time. And she gets reacquainted with Luke when she comes back to town. So you should read this book. especially if you like Debbie Macomber stories. It's a short Christmas story. It's a novella. You'll love it. It's available on Amazon. You can also buy it in paperback, audiobook. It's also available on Barnes & Noble as well. So it's available on Barnes & Noble as a paperback. So you should check out this short, cute, sweet story. You'll love it. It's a novella. And be sure to tell your friends about it too. Thanks for listening to this podcast, to this video in its entirety. And I hope you have a great day.